Hey,
what's up, pop stars? This is Pop Jibberish. I'm Joe.
I'm Shay.
And today we're watching episode 7 of Arcane. In the previous episode of Arcane, we had Jinx and Vi had the reunion. That didn't go well because of the fact that they were interrupted by the Firelights, who came in and attacked them, and then Jinx kind of went a little bit crazy. Not that she's not already crazy already.
Right.
Maybe that's a strong word, but no, she's pretty out there. But she got jealous because Caitlyn was with Vi, and then they all fought the Firelights. Caitlyn and Vi got taken by the Firelights, and Jinx basically got left alone again, which she's, that's like a thing for her. It's kind of a trigger for her. Jace is trying to crack down on the corruption in the in Piltover, and he is basically trying to figure that out. They also they retired Heimerdinger.
Yeah.
So that happened. So now kind of Jace is a council member, and he was able to get Heimerdinger out by
strategically.
Mel. Yeah, very strategically. He's learning from Mel, who initially started teaching him about, how politics are kind of being run and how that stuff happens. So that happened. And then, and also Viktor is experimenting with the hextech, and crazy things are going on with that. So I'm excited to jump into this episode. Before we do, how are you feeling about the series thus far?
The series is it's put well together. I feel like me and my words today is like like after I said that, I'm like, did that make sense?
It makes sense.
I'm just kind of I'm a little groggy, just slightly, but like when I say the words, for some reason today I'm like,
they feel like gibberish.
Yeah.
Like pop gibberish.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that the thing?
That was
okay.
That was cringe.
Moment. Okay,
Very,
sorry. All right,
cringe. But yeah, it's well put together, and there's some emotional ties to this show. Yeah, it's deep, and I like it. I really do. I'm enjoying the show very thoroughly.
That's pretty cool.
That was another one.
I'm glad you like it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it made sense. I was a little bit leery initially because of how long it took us to kind of get to this point. So I was like, I don't know if she's really gonna like it. I showed you the trailer before, and you looked like you were kind of interested, but not quite. It's like, I could take it or leave it type thing. It's like, it's not a big deal. But then when we started watching, I was like, okay, I want to see about this one. What about this scene? What about? So I'm like, I'm reacting to you reacting. So but yeah.
I think I cried on one of the episodes.
You did? I didn't even notice.
It was either I wanted to cry, but I was so angry that I couldn't. I feel like that's an emotion that I had while watching the show. Like, I was so angry by what happened, but I don't remember necessarily which episode it was. But yeah, to feel that intense about something that is animated.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
but
music.
It connects.
Yeah,
it connects to us. They are using some really real life, true moments. Throughout this show, that I'm sure all of us that are watching it, in some way, shape, or form, have experienced.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they do very well in writing conflict into the story, writing emotional beats into the story to get you to kind of feel those, to pull on the heartstrings, to pull on the anger, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's definitely good storytelling. It speaks to their storytelling, their pacing, all of that. And I really enjoyed the series, so that's why so excited to jump into episode 7. And if you're excited, go ahead and like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell.
Go ahead and jump into it.
Go ahead and jump into it. Yeah, jump into it with us. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get a notification every single time we drop a video. So our patrons are going to get this early as well as the watch along. This is part of a double feature. If you was it Double A Fridays? I don't know if that name's going to really stick, but we got Abbott Elementary and Arcane dropping same time. So again, you guys are eating this season because we got 2 series going on at the same time. I know in the past we used to have like multiple things going on at the same time. We had a lot more time then. These days we don't, because hey, if you want to become a patron, you can kind of help with that a little bit. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump into episode 7. Any last thoughts before we jump into the episode?
I would like to thank my patrons that are definitely supporting us. The ones that are rocking with us have definitely been there for years, not even,
Yeah, the ones that rock with us rock
true
with
to
us.
that, and I'm so thankful for that. So thank you for those that are supporting us consistently.
Definitely. Ditto. Without further ado, let's do it. All right, let's just jump into it.
Another cringe moment.
That's fine. Look, they're here for the cringe. They know me. They've been here for a while. If this is your first episode, then sorry, my bad. Anyway, let's do it.
All right.
After episode 4, now you see the significance of that record player.
Yes.
Actually, after.
I'm kicking down your door. If I wonder why
I
you
love
got
this
a
intro.
pocket full of green for.
Yes,
It's all about the get back. It's hard to give back while the politicians kick back.
I would watch a whole series in this animation style too.
It's definitely lit.
Sister works for him.
Just as soon as you came clean about what the hell you're really doing down here.
I told you the truth.
Bullshit. What was that glowing stone? That's what I thought.
Exactly. You be truthful, I'll be truthful. You want to keep secrets? I'll keep secrets.
Right. Oh my God. That's a sight to see when something like that
Right.
stands before you after your head has been covered. She's so tough and rugged though. I wanted to be that little boy that she once used to hang out with when they were little.
You look good for a dead girl.
Nice prediction.
What?
That was pretty good. I was like, oh, she got it right before. Right before he revealed herself.
Because he used to be the one to come back and tell them things, like report to them things, because
Yeah, he would overhear things and kind of feed it to her. That's how all this started. He got the tip that there was somebody that was down in that was up in Piltover that had money that came down there looking for parts, and that was Jace looking for parts. And he was like, the guy was stupid. He didn't even haggle. He just bought it outright. So he's
that's
got
him.
tons of money.
that was him, right?
He's like, he's got money. And they're like, oh, we can go steal stuff from him. He was like, yeah, he's got all this weird stuff. And that's what they went up there to get. It's like whatever he was like working on. And they started this whole thing to happen.
I remember when you wouldn't stand up to me. I missed you a little.
Wait, she got out of this. Oh.
He really did miss her.
I would very much like to see the device. This hex core.
They so detailed. They even put a little red eye, like a little red in his eye.
Yeah.
And this is Shimmer? A variant. It should provide everything one needs to survive a violent transition.
Will it work on plants?
So we got 2 mad scientists.
I see that. Because I was like, that purple stuff looked familiar.
That's the stuff that he was given, that they were given to people to make them bulk up and be strong. Mm-hmm. He's the one that created it. And
Silco stole it from him or something?
No, Silco, he works for Silco.
Oh.
It's why I parted ways with Heimerdinger.
But he's known him since he was a kid because he followed him.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And that thing that's in the tank, that's where he gets that substance from.
Got it.
Yeah. He basically derives it from that mutation, that big like gecko looking thing. Mm-hmm. So he's kept it alive all this time to get the stuff from it.
Oh, okay. Is that Jace?
Yeah, that's Jace. Pretty much every reactor that watched this part, they're like, okay, Jace.
Right.
Facto head of the council. People notice where you go.
Don't remind me.
Got him cut up real good.
It's hard to believe what they're capable of.
Jinx.
Yeah.
Is that what's really bothering you?
I love her design.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They designed her beautifully.
Following my orders, preventing Vi and Caitlyn from returning.
Or he's finally flipped.
Her and Caitlyn have had a few fights now.
Is that blood?
It's a firelight.
No.
It's a firefly. The red. Yeah, it's definitely blood. Yeah.
She drunk?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
She was there for me, not the enforcer. I remember her name. Why would I remember her name?
Is she self-inflicting?
She's stapling the gash she has on her leg.
Oh.
Stitching it up.
Got it.
But she doesn't use any antiseptic or any numbing agents or anything. She just does it because she's not all there.
Wait, do they become those things so they can spy?
No. Those are just fireflies. They just named themselves after them because they fly around and their tech has like that kind of green glow to it.
Right. I hope Jinx don't end up killing him.
Is that a real tree?
Because it was like foreshadowing what the firefly, she pointed her 2 fingers and went, and then they show him.
Not alone. After Vander died.
It's pretty cool how they did his hair.
Roshina made fun of it. It's like, if I see another black character with the front with this hairstyle that I'm wearing right now, if I see another black character with the side dreads, I'm gonna be so mad.
I know my sister.
I got one more thing to show you.
Sometimes it's what people think.
Yeah.
But some can be reached and some is forever lost.
Yeah.
The price of our freedom. Some of it was enforcers. Most was Silco. Your sister works for him now.
So they thought Powder was dead.
No.
Yes and no.
Like the Powder that they knew is dead, is essentially dead. But obviously they know that she's still alive, but she's she calls herself Jinx now. So technically, Carter's dead.
Because I thought that was a memorial wall.
It is, but that's kind of how they interpreted it.
Your eyes.
It's like a Joker
I
moment.
pulled
From
you all
Batman.
up from the depths. Offered you a taste of topside.
He too tough to cough. Oh, there he go.
I gave you life. Purpose. But you've grown fat and complacent.
Boy, just cough so you can get the mask. Trying to be tough.
He is, really. He's like, it's going to go on for a long time.
Right.
He's like, I grew up in this.
He came out of his jacket.
Good meeting.
I just noticed, were those plants dead before they went in there? I'm pretty sure they weren't.
I don't feel like they were.
Okay.
This arrived for you.
That symbol is from her, is like her family crest, basically. She's not from Piltover. She's from a different land.
Okay.
Yeah. In this world, there's multiple different like nations and different lands and things like that. Well, this world and that world. Like it's only in this world.
Right.
That's the medicine that he takes. It always makes my eyes water when I see that scene.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, oh. It's
Oh,
like
wow.
just poking something into your eyes, like, oh, good gracious.
Wow.
You'll listen to me. Your people wouldn't have to hide anymore.
One condition. I'm the one who gives it to them.
In the game, he has a special ability. I won't tell you what it is, but it's a really cool one.
Awesome.
You need to
He
prepare to
made
defend
that
your
face
people.
again, like.
If we're lucky, we'll never need to use it. The decision is
Who, Victor? Victor is just disgusted by the whole idea that they're going to have Piltover make weapons to take out the people that he is from Undercity.
I need to think.
You know,
I
it's
feel
funny.
like the look he's giving him is like, I can't trust you. We were once really close. We did everything together to now, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. There's a
Basically.
lot happening behind my back.
kind of doing that. But yeah, that is the look that he's kind of giving them.
I feel like Victor is doing it because Jace. It started with Jace.
Victor is doing it because Jace doesn't have the same priorities that he does. He's trying to save his life. Jace is trying to, I mean, he's kind of also trying to save Victor's life, but he keeps getting distracted by politics and other stuff, you know.
many, though.
Just chilling up there like Batman.
I'm worried I have to do something I never thought I would.
When he was a kid, he drew himself as like a superhero with a big hammer weapon. In every movie and TV show, when somebody's like, we need some blood, they always cut across the hand. But like,
Your
they could
hand
just
is your
like prick a
big-
finger. They could just like do one finger.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's trying to get up the nerve to do it.
That was dope.
That was.
That was dope.
Let me see how it looks like fireworks.
Yeah, it does.
There's a lot of explosions.
Yeah. That helped.
She's the one that did that. That was her design on those wings.
Really?
Yeah, she sent all those out, made them into bombs.
Oh, she's dope. I mean,
she did it for nefarious reasons.
Yeah.
But she essentially saved them.
is that her humming?
Yeah, she's singing the song that she sang at the beginning in season 1 or episode 1. It was. She's like, I'll take that. Yeah, it's that perception.
Go!
She know that's her sister.
Mm-hmm. But she doesn't care at this point.
So she deliberately turned her back on her at that point.
Who it is? The boy savior.
Does she remember him?
Mm-hmm. Yep, they remember each other. It's such a dope scene.
Mm-hmm. Somebody crazier than her. Okay.
Just scrappier.
Sees powder now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And she's like, weakness. She's crazy enough. She's like, I'll sacrifice myself to take us both out. I don't care.
Bruh, what just happened, man?
So his ability in the game has to deal with time. That's what he's got, that tattoo or that paint on his face. It's like a hourglass, and he carries this clock. He can actually go back a few seconds in time, but that's how they visualized it, the way they just did it just now. So yeah, so he has this thing with in the game, he has the ability to kind of rewind time for himself or freeze time for everybody else. But of course they couldn't, it's kind of an OP power, so they didn't want to do it that way in the show. So the way they visualized it was they had him fight Jinx, and you see how he got hit the first time, and then it kind of rewind back, and then he didn't get hit the second time. So the first time, just kind of imagine if there was a game like, oh, he went through, and he got shot. He's like, okay, I gotta rewind time so I can, okay, now remember, duck instead of dodge, in that one spot, and then he doesn't get shot, and then he takes out the character. But that's how they did it. I was like, when they visualized it that way, when I saw it for the first time, I'm like, that is so sick. And even the making of this, because I watched the making of this show also, the guy who animated that scene where he's running, he actually took a video of his son doing the same thing, running with a little plastic sword, running in the yard to get that shot. I was like, because he animated it, like hand animated it. I was like, oh man, it's so dope. So yeah, that scene and this episode is one of my favorites because of the fact that it started out with that cool intro.
Yeah.
And then it also had a lot of echo in it. And then it also had that scene with him and Jinx fighting. So I was super happy when it was really cool.
That was dope.
So what do you think of the episode as a whole?
Man, that episode had a lot going on in it.
Yeah.
But I was able to, understand what was happening and why it was happening the way it was happening. Sad for some things that happened.
Yeah.
But I understand that it's necessary. Everything is just around politics in this show, and it's causing unnecessary lives to be taken, and it's like this war that doesn't have to be. I know it wouldn't be a story if that wasn't the case, but it's just crazy seeing how another person or group of people and they put themselves in this class of basically the have and the have nots, but it's like they still need each other to thrive at some point, to have an advantage. I'm gonna call the upper world, what is it called?
Piltover.
Piltover still goes to the underworld to get things that they need and to do their bidding on things. I'm and it's just crazy to me how there's that separation, but it's like, why? You know what I mean? But overall, like, it's crazy just seeing the perception, like you said, of what people think versus what they know.
Right.
They don't get any clarity to understand the whole of the story.
Right. Yeah.
It's in bits and part, and then they put their own interpretation where there are gaps.
Right.
And so it's really sad because that carries over in real life.
Yeah.
Where people fill in gaps, and then there's always misunderstanding, constant misunderstanding. And that pride won't let them get the clarity that they need to have the right understanding.
Right.
So I'm seeing that play out in this show like that, and I'm like, God. One of the as I'm watching this, the only thing I keep thinking about is the camera shots that they're getting at the right moment, and just the outline of the shadow, like as she walks by, you can see her braids, just as she's walking by, and how they took the shot from like the above angle down, zoomed in. So like, I'm like, they are dope. Whoever the creators are, how they came with this storyline, the imagination behind it. Man, I commend the team of those people. I guess they're League of Legends.
Well, League of Legends is the game that this is derived from, essentially. These characters are derived from, and the world is derived from.
Makes me want to play the doggone game, and I don't even know anything about it.
So here's the thing. So the cool thing about this show is you can watch the show without having played the game and still get everything. Yeah. So that's good.
Yeah.
But if you've played the game, then there are certain Easter eggs that show up in the show that you'll be like, oh, that's from so-and-so. Oh, that's so-and-so. That kind of thing. Kind of like what I was telling you about with the powers with that Echo has. The only thing is they've made some changes. They took some creative liberties for certain things in the show. So things are slightly different. They've altered certain characters, like interactions with each other and relationships with each other. So they don't exactly happen the way they are in the game. But also the game is kind of a top-down kind of where you create a team, and like the characters are kind of running at like a kind of a 3/4 angle. So it's not even like a game like God of War or one of those games where you play as a character and you are playing through like a more realistic looking game. It's kind of cartoonish, and you look at it from the top down. The characters are like this small when you're looking at them, and they, there's like strategies and stuff like that. They actually have esports around it where people win like a lot of money for these teams to like to play it. But
they had one shot in here when she did, before you knew that it was Jinx sitting up high looking down, where they was like on the bridge. That scene looked real. That was a very realistic look, and I'm like, still in the animated show, right? Did they design it like that?
So Fortiche is the name of the animation studio that's in charge of Fortiche. Yeah, Fortiche is very prolific in regards to like their animation. They're all over the place, and they literally are famous for their camera movement, their like their shots, their little like idiosyncrasies with like how people move. Like they added all of those little things that, like, you know, because when you're talking to somebody like in an animated movie, the person is just looking at the character and they're talking, right? Well, in real life, you have like what you're doing right now, like little micro movements with your eyes. You might squint a little bit. You might move, like you're looking at like my face and maybe my eyes, and you know, so your eyes are moving around. All those little micro movements, they are like very, very meticulous about adding those things.
Yeah.
So it looks more realistic.
They even put, I was like, I've never seen in any animation where they drew like that red eye, you know, like where he needed Visine or something. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
You guys are...
Yeah, they are dope. They are next level. I believe Arcane has won many awards, but I always say that about some of the shows that we watch. I don't know for sure, but I do know that Arcane has won some stuff, mainly because of the fact that it's just such a huge phenomenon. The launch for this was like a big deal. Like it was like a global launch, and like a red carpet affair with like big old billboards all over the world in different areas, and they kind of all launched at the exact same time. They had a countdown like it was like New Year's. It was crazy, and I'm like, how did I miss this?
Right.
But hopefully this year they have the same thing for season 2. We're super excited. Looks like according to Netflix, season 2 starts November 9th. We are definitely going to be on that once it starts up. But if you want to know when we drop that episode for season 2, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get a notification every single time we drop a video. To our patrons, going to get this early, as you already know. And we are doing a double upload. So if you don't know, we are also doing Abbott Elementary. So definitely jump over to Abbott Elementary after you watch this episode so we can watch it together. If you're not supporting on Patreon, definitely jump on Patreon. You would have gotten it early, like way early, and you could also get the watch along, so you can watch with us like we're sitting in the living room with you, having like a little movie night with each other. So yeah, any last thoughts before we jump into the next episode?
I'm just ready to get to the next episode.
Cool. Well, that is it for this episode. Catch you all in the next one.
Peace.